Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you who the best strategist is in Marvel Rivals by ranking them all on a tier list. Now, strategists are probably the most important role in the game. You can win with one tank, but having two healers is usually the most optimal way to play. And the nice thing is they actually made all of the strategists very strong in Marvel Rivals, and I'm just going to break them down. So the first one that we're going to be focusing on is Luna Snow, and she is potentially the best because her ultimate is extremely strong. Now, she also can deal a lot of damage, as you can see there. If you're able to get some headshots off, you can take out a lot of enemies really quickly. So that's one of her best benefits. She heals and she hits really hard. As you can see there, three shots to the head will take out most of the other healers in this game, and she's got really great long range game. As you can see, she can also heal very well, and a cool benefit is she can heal herself and pierce enemies. So you can see here, I'm using my ultimate now, the clapping attack, and it'll pierce through everyone and heal them all. It'll also pierce through and damage targets. So if you're able to line them up, she can be really deadly because not only are you keeping your frontliners alive, but you're also able to deal a bit of damage yourself. So this in itself is really good. She also has an ability when you heal one target that the other target will get healing as well. So you can see here we were able to keep them somewhat alive by just healing this target, by placing our snowflake on them. So she's got that. In addition, she can also freeze a target, which I missed there, unfortunately. And it's not as good as Mantis's because Mantis's hits in an area of effect. Mantis also has a stun. So whenever you're getting jumped, you want to land that. It's easier to land it on someone like Venom or Hulk if you get ganged up on by them, but you're able to freeze them. And if you shoot them again, they're going to break out of that. So you just have to be mindful not to shoot them whenever you have that active. So she has a lot of sustainability. She also has really good movement speed. So you can see here, you can jump really high once you get that going off. And yeah, you just move very quickly. So Luna Snow, obviously a very strong candidate. And I'd have to say that Luna Snow is definitely S tier. I'm just going to put her right there. She definitely belongs in the S tier. Great damage, great healing, and she has one of the best ultimates in the game. So I'm going to put on a show. You can also map this to your scroll wheel and just continually scroll to give both a damage boost and healing to your team. So this is a nice way to be able to supplement not only just giving them health, but also giving them a buff to their damage. So yeah, she's obviously very good. Next we got Rocket. Now, I see a lot of people online saying Rocket is terrible. Rocket's not bad. His gun sucks, I'll be honest on that. It's good if you get them up close, like it can shred in close range, but it's a projectile weapon. That's the biggest problem. It's not hit scan. So the bullets take a second to travel to the enemy, and they have a pretty hard fall off in terms of damage. Now, where Rocket really is great is his healing orbs. So these orbs will bounce around and slow down when they're near teammates. And what's cool is you can bounce them off of walls. So if you're far away from your team, you're still able to heal. As you can see, the balls are starting to go a little slower there. He's not as burst of a healer as like Luna Snow or Mantis can be, or even others like Adam Warlock. He's probably got the slowest healing. However, it's the most consistent. Like playing as Rocket, you can easily get 20k healing in a game without really trying too hard. You literally just have to stay near the back and just spam this. Also, he's very small, and people typically don't run up on Rocket. I don't know why. Like, Jeff will get jumped. If you play Jeff, even in competitive, Jeff gets jumped non-stop. Whereas Rocket, I guess it's his mobility that helps. So he also has this nice way of slowing down whenever you're, if you hold down your jump button, you're able to slowly descend. In addition, he also has a really great ability to climb up really high. So you can get into some interesting spots to help support your team, just because you got so much range options. Now, he also has the BRB machine here, which is basically a mobile respawner. It'll also drop down armor, which will give you a nice little bit of extra health. And you can see there, it revived our teammate Galactabot here, so they're just going to run back there. But this makes him banned in competitive sometimes, just due to that revive, which is really effective to keep your team pushing and have the momentum on your side. So his ultimate also is extremely good. It's the it'll give a big damage buff to your team, which is nice. So a little bit of damage is always nice. He also has a really great team up if you're playing as Punisher or Winter Soldier. So I'll just show you briefly what this looks like. So normally he fires this quickly. With this, he gets unlimited ammo and fires really fast. Same thing with Punisher, so they can become literally unstoppable with Rocket Raccoon. So with that, I'd have to say Rocket is probably an A tier choice. Very good, mostly a heal bot, so if you don't like being a heal bot, I'd probably suggest playing others because his damage is not that fantastic. He actually benefits mostly off of just shooting his healing orbs. So with that, I would say if you're a fan of healing, Rocket is a good one to play, but if you want to do damage too, you're better off playing others like Adam Warlock, who has got no mobility on his side, which is ironic due to the movies, but you're gonna see here he can just literally delete targets. You can get really good easy KOs with him because he's got this charge attack which will deal a good amount of damage. It's a projectile weapon on his charge, but his main attack is you're able to headshot with it. So you can see there, 3 shots takes them down. He also has a cool combo, so you can go left, right, so you can continually fire like that, and it does a lot of damage too. So having cool ways, like you can see there, literally deletes targets so fast. You got to get headshots with him because his main fire headshots are deadly. His alternative fire does not get headshots, but the main fire does. So yeah, Adam Warlock's got great offense. He also has this heal, which is pretty nice because you can apply it to yourself, but it'll also chain it to other targets. So that's really good because if you got teammates that are going down, you can keep them all alive with this. You also have the soul bond, so whenever you do this, it bonds all your health together for 6 seconds. You get 10 healing per second, and as your teammates get hurt, you're able to take damage for them, or if you're getting hurt, your teammates will take damage for you. It's actually a pretty good trade-off because his healing is quite valuable, and he also has the only ultimate in the game to revive. Rockets can revive 1, but he can revive everybody. So you're going to see here, I'll revive this target here, born again, and they just stand there. But whenever you do that, you want to heal them right away because they'll only have 100 health. So with Adam Warlock, whenever you revive someone, do your soul bond, do your heals, make sure they stay alive. Don't give them 2 knockouts. I've had a lot of Adam Warlocks in my day revive me only to literally have me die a couple seconds later because I didn't get any healing. So just be mindful of that because it'll upset some players. But I'd have to say on the tier list, Adam Warlock is probably, I want to put him in the S tier because his ultimate's definitely S tier, but I'll put him in the A tier. Great damage, no mobility. If you're getting 1v1 with Adam Warlock, you better hope that you hit this charge shot and a headshot because otherwise you're done. Black Widow or Black Panther is a pretty rough matchup for him due to all the mobility, and also Spider-Man's pretty rough too to play against Adam Warlock. But next we got ourselves Jeff the Land Shark. Now I like Jeff. I think he's very fun, but he is a bit of a liability if you're playing on like competitive. However, in quick play, all the more merrier to have a Jeff. I think Jeff is good. However, his healing is a bit wonky. He also doesn't have much mobility. Obviously, this is his mobility to get away, but you can usually still get hit. The thing is, his heals will pierce. So that's one of the biggest benefits of him. You can literally just stand in the back and heal. However, your head is literally most of your head box. So prepare to get headshotted quite frequently because yeah, he's got a big head box. He also has the ability Oblivious Cuteness right above my head there, and reduces crit damage from critical hits, but still even that isn't enough to keep him alive most times. But decent heal. He also got these bubbles, which are nice because they'll increase movement speed, and you can also pop them. A nice benefit is you can set down Rocklet's machine in the in-game in the lobby when you're waiting to start playing. Give your teammates a bunch of armor and jump packs, and then switch to Jeff, pop out his bubble, and then switch to another healer. That way you're able to give yourself a bunch of extra health, a bunch of extra shields, and a nice movement speed at the start. His ultimate's his best ability, with being able to just swallow up anyone and then run them, throw them off of the cliff. You can also see there we can knock them out just by having them in here. So yeah, the spit out attack is nice, but just be mindful that whenever you do this, you're going to get jumped by everybody because you got your teammates. Anytime you see a Jeff, go after him. Whenever he eats your teammates, it'll save them. So with that, I'd have to say Jeff's probably, I would say B tier. The piercing heals are nice. The damage, too many people play him as a damage class. Yes, he's got a bit of burst damage, but it's not that great. You're better off just focusing on heals as Jeff. I hope that his ultimate gets nerfed a bit and maybe his healing buffed in some way, and I think that way he could be extremely useful, but people jump him too much to really I don't think that yeah, he's B tier, I would say. Next we got ourselves Cloak and Dagger. Now Cloak and Dagger is really good. This is my main, and for good reason. Now Dagger's damage is garbage. Don't use her as a damage class. I see a lot of people that are like, I'm like no health as Doctor Strange, and you just see a Dagger just throwing and throwing and throwing. Cloak is the DPS. Now this is probably the most strong. Cloak and Dagger is probably the strongest burst healer in the game, due to you have these daggers which you can bounce them off of walls and they'll bounce and heal, as you can see there. They'll bounce and heal our teammates there, but she also has this wave of healing, and she has this bubble, so you can apply all of these. The wave will also increase the amount of healing that you do. And our ultimate is really good. So with the ultimate, most people outside of competitive don't know this, but it will heal your teammates. So if they're standing at it, they'll get healed for 220 per second. And then you can, whenever you pop this, you can switch to Cloak and just go to wrecking everyone while you're standing in it for a few seconds, and hopefully your teammates will jump into it. You can also go back and forth with this, and this will basically make it so that you get the full damage stacked up multiple times. So with that, you're pretty much invincible. Put this down on a position, have your teammates hold it, it'll damage targets, and it'll keep your team alive. So Cloak and Dagger does it all. You really got everything with them. Their damage is not strong on the knives, but where it is good is if you have a Spider-Man or an Iron Man that have very, very low health, the last couple daggers from Cloak and Dagger will finish them off. So Cloak and Dagger, S tier, easy. Their ultimate isn't as good as Luna's, but they're very, very powerful. Next, we got ourselves Mantis. Now, Mantis is another very powerful pick due to her ultimate being very similar to the ultimate of Luna Snow. And she has crazy offense. She's kind of an offensive character masquerading as a strategist, but her healing is really good too. So you can see there 3 shots to headshot, somewhat similar to Luna Snow. So that in itself is great. But she also has a really nice heal that you don't have to aim like Luna Snow's. So you can just right click here. It'll provide a healing boost over time. You can also inspire your teammates to be able to deal more damage, which is great to put on someone that's like, whoever is your MVP, if you have a duelist that's MVP, it's great to pop that on them because it'll just help them with tearing down the enemy a lot quicker. But you can also damage boost yourself by pressing F, and with this you can literally, it's not a huge damage boost, but going for the damage here, she's got some pretty solid output. Headshots obviously are preferred, and another thing is whenever you get a headshot, it replenishes your heals. So you can see there we got no heals left. If we go for a few headshots, we got all our heals back. So you have to be a bit more skilled to play Mantis, but she is extremely good because if you're headshotting a bunch, you can then buff up your DPS, buff up your team, obviously be able to heal your tanks and everyone else on the team. But with that, she also has a great ultimate because in her ultimate, she can continue to attack too. So that's another nice little thing. It's got a large radius too, but it also lasts shorter. It's only like 9 seconds there instead of 12 Luna Snow. So yeah, Mantis is really good, and I would also say she's another S tier pick. Just great damage output. I would say that she's probably, it's tough between Luna Snow and Mantis. Mantis might be the best in the game. I like Cloak and Dagger a lot, but I think that Luna might be the best, and then after that it's Mantis. It's really up in the air between the two of those. Whatever your team needs more, they need damage boost, Mantis is good, but Luna has the more consistent healing. You just have to aim a little bit more with her. Now, the final strategist that we have here is Loki. I think Loki's amazing. Where Loki really succeeds is 200 IQ plays. So you got your Loki clones here. They can also heal and they can also harm. You have pretty good splash damage too. So if you evolve your Loki turret clones firing off here, you can see we're able to take out enemies pretty quick and easy. And that's the biggest benefit of Loki is you can place these in a line. Loki does require probably the most skill to play, just because if your Loki clones are down, you're not as effective. Also, your ultimate lets you copy any other character's ultimate. So with this, you're probably best off taking Luna Snow's ultimate and popping this. That's just my honest opinion. If you're playing in competitive with Loki, you probably got Luna or Mantis on your team, so take their ultimate, give them a good dance, and keep them alive. Because anytime that you're Loki, if you switch, you're leaving your team without a healer. If you go for like a DPS, another couple are like Iron Man's ultimate's pretty good too. If you're able to get that off, because it can one shot like an entire point, especially if they don't see it coming. That makes it even better. But Scarlet Witch also has an okay one to copy. Penny has an okay one to copy at times because with Penny's ultimate, you can create a big defensive zone. So that's nice too, but I would say that going with Luna or Mantis's ultimate is typically the best choice for Loki. So great damage output. His clones are great because you can pop these around, keep the enemy guessing. You can also, a little trick is if you're setting up a line, don't make yourself the middle one, make yourself the one on the end. As typically if you pretend to be a clone, people start shooting at you there, and then you can just return fire and hopefully dissuade them from continue attacking you. If you want to go with the turret route, also you can put them up on rooftops and it works pretty well. However, Mantis gets headshots off really easily on your Loki clones, which will recharge your heals. So the Mantis versus Loki play is actually kind of smart. If you see there's a Loki on the other team, bring out your Mantis and you'll get those free headshots off. So yeah, I would have to say all in all though, Loki's an A tier, could be potential S tier if you're really smart with playing him. I would have to probably put it somewhere like that. So I think personally the best is Luna Snow. She's just got a great ultimate and it's a game winner big time whenever you got that big push going. Consistent healing. Great damage from range. She's got the freeze, which isn't as good as Mantis's sleep bomb, but still pretty great. Mantis obviously being very powerful, being able to buff up damage. Cloak and Dagger just easy to play. Great burst healing, and your DPS class with Cloak. Adam Warlock, a little trickier to play, but awesome damage output if you can land your shots. Loki, 200 IQ player. If you're smart, you can make the most out of Loki. Rocket's just a great heal bot, and he pairs well if there's a Punisher or Winter Soldier on your team. And Jeff, he's cute, but he's also kind of weak. And Iron Fist, Spider-Man, and Black Panther love to jump him. And even Hawkeye has a pretty good time. Can't one-shot him, but pretty dang close. So that is the best strategist in Marvel Rivals. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.